Coach, we're Mike and Mike. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
One of the really great moments in the initial celebration that I noticed, and we have shown the video here, is just a moment or so after the game is over. You were just sitting by yourself on the bench with your head in your hands, and you were obviously overcome by emotion. Can you tell us what exactly was going through your mind in that moment?
Just, all the emotions built up over the season and all the stress and, all the hard work you put in to get to that moment. And I just think everything hit me at one time. When, my mom she had breast cancer this year. My grandmother had lung cancer this year. My grandfather had passed away. And it was just an emotional time for me because they didn't get a chance to see me coach one game all season because they were going through what they were going through. And it just was an emotional time that my mom and grandmother they couldn't be there, and it was a big time for me. And it was just a lot of emotions that ran through me at once.
Incredible celebration, incredible view to watch that. So going back now in the series, after the first two games when you guys are down 0-2 and you're flying from California back to Cleveland, what's the conversation? What is the head coach's message to the team?
Just stay confident. I didn't think we played as good as we needed to play. We didn't play the style that we wanted to play. I know a lot of, the media was talking about why do you want to play fast against Golden State, but that's our game. When Kyrie and LeBron are in the open court, no one can stop those guys. And that's how J.R. Smith gets his shots. That's how Kevin Love gets his shots. That's how Channing Frye gets his shots. So, we had to play faster. And then we made a few key adjustments. I think, putting LeBron on Draymond Green was really big for us. Putting Richard Jefferson on that second unit, putting him on Sean Livingston to put a bigger body on him was a big adjustment. And then also to stop switching the splits and putting Kyrie in a bad situation because he had to guard bigger guys when we switched the splits, and they took advantage of that. So I thought by making those three adjustments and then playing faster and being more aggressive attacking the basket, I thought that really helped us out.
And it was very interesting, you being a first-time head coach, and you stated from the beginning this is the way you wanted this team to play. And at times when it wasn't working, you're right. There was a lot of screaming, from former players, guys who played the game saying he has to change. What made you stay as a first-time head coach where maybe another guy might think about saying, yeah, I need to change? What made you stick with your thought on that?
Because I knew how good we were when we played that way. I had confidence in myself and my team to perform at a high level that way. And my confidence never wavered. You put in all the work to be prepared and get to where you're at. So you don't want to change, a lot. You can make adjustments, but we have to be who we are. And I thought that we really stuck to the game plan. We really got around to playing how we wanted to play. And you beat a great team like Golden State. 3 straight games or 4 out of 5 games, that means a lot, and to have the best record in NBA history, to have the great team that they have, and for us to come in and win 4 out of 5 games, that really showed the character of this team and who we really are as a team.
Mike and Ty Lue, not only to win 4 out of 5, but to have to win 3 in a row from down 3-1 going on the road. And certainly to those of us watching, it appeared one of the biggest changes from Game 4 to Game 5 was LeBron James' willingness to trust his jump shot. It was something he was clearly struggling with earlier in the series. And from that point forward, he was taking them and he was making them. Can you take us to that? Did you and he talk about that? What did you see change in LeBron?
Yes, we definitely had to talk about it, of just him taking his shots in rhythm, taking what the defense gives him. And I thought, we talked about being aggressive and attacking the basket, and I thought his mindset was right, but it forced him to have a few turnovers that he normally doesn't have because I thought he tried to force the attack, a lot instead of taking what the defense gave him. And once we, sit down and we watch film together and we talk about it and just say, listen, take your shots in rhythm. They're going under, take that shot. They're swinging the ball and they catch and shoot, take that shot in rhythm. And once he started to do that, it really opened up the floor. It really opened up the driving lanes for him after that.
Take us again on the court and tell us why the success or so much success against Clay and Steph, two guys that just shot the lights out of the ball and really didn't do that in this series.
It's a credit to our guys. We had a a plan that we wanted to execute, and they really executed it at a high level. And I give our bigs credit. Kevin Love switching out guard and Clay and Steph, and Tristan Thompson switching out guard and Steph and Clay. Richard Jefferson, LeBron, they all had their chance. They all did a great job of following the game plan of what we tried to do. And, when you have a guy like Tristan Thompson who can play your 4, your 5, and can switch out and guard, 1s, 2s, and 3s, it really does a lot for your defense. And our bigs did a phenomenal job. Kyrie Irving, J.R. Smith, and Mon Shumpert, they all did a great job of taking a one-on-one personal challenge. And, if you can guard your man one-on-one, then it's always easier to get help rather than getting help before you guard your man one-on-one. So I thought we really took the challenge one-on-one, and they did a great job.
Mike Tyronn Lue, the head coach of the Cavaliers. The parade is today in Cleveland. Ty, you won 2 championships as a player. You played with Kobe and Shaq and a lot of other great players during your career. Have you ever seen any one player take on as much as LeBron took on with this team? He led all statistical categories in this series and for both teams. Have you ever seen a player take on as much as LeBron took on in this series?
He's been there before, and he knew what it took to get to that point. And, coming back to Cleveland and wanting to get the city of Cleveland championship, the state of Ohio, the Cavaliers organization, I just think that he took it upon himself to really lock in and put the team on his back. And I thought, Kyrie did a great job, a fantastic job of also helping him, of being aggressive and scoring and, getting Steph Curry in foul trouble. But, the single performance that LeBron had, it was like no other.
Are you, and we know about LeBron and talking about coming home and getting that first championship. Has it really registered to you yet just what you've helped do for the city of Cleveland?
It really hasn't registered. When we walk down the street, I know, fans have been behind us since day one and since the playoffs started. But now it's at an all-time high. But I think today when we see the 1.5 million people, at the parade, and if you finally get a chance to settle in, and my mom is here for the first time, so I'm very excited about that. She gets a chance to join us in the parade, and once this day is over, I think it'll really set in, and I'll really get a chance to understand, what really happened.
That's wonderful news about your mother. Mike and Tyronn Lue, I'm sure it'll be a very special day. I'm curious to know, you worked under David Blatt there. He was the coach through January of this season. Have you heard from him at all? Has he reached out? Have you reached out to him and talked to him since you guys won?
Yes, we did. As soon as we won the championship, he texted me, and then, he's overseas, but we text back and forth, we exchanged about 10 or 12 text messages, and he also texted the rest of the coaching staff and said congratulations. Well, he knew we can do it, and so it was great just to get a text from Coach. But I've been talking to Coach throughout the playoffs anyway. So, but we have a great relationship, and we always will. And he was the first guy to text after we won the championship.
It's pretty
That's
good.
great.
Who else? What other really famous person have you heard from? Who's the most famous person you've heard from since you won the title?
Well, Jamie Foxx, Lil Wayne. Dick Vitale, Usher, Nelly, so, of course, Doc and Jerry West, those are my mentors. So, Of course, I'm here for those guys, but, guys that, that you don't know that like basketball, around basketball like that, but those are some of the famous people that's reached out to me and just said congratulations and happy for me.
So your circle of friends just opened up, didn't it?
I knew those guys, and we've been friends, but just, those are some of the famous guys that really, reached out and were at the games and really reached out and were really happy for me.
Ty Lue is with us here for just another brief moment. Obviously, in the world in which we live, you're not allowed to celebrate too long before people start looking ahead to next year, and one of the big questions about your team is about Kevin Love and his role in it. What is your anticipation about Kevin Love's future with the Cavs?
Oh, he's going to be here. Without Kevin Love, we wouldn't have got to the finals. Having a great series against Detroit, great series against Atlanta. He did a great job, great series against Toronto. And, with the way Golden State plays and the positions they put you in, it was just a tough series. Just the same way with Channing Frye. He did a great job of getting to that point. But then, it was a tough series for them to play because they played small. And, it was tough as far as matchup-wise. But Kevin Love, he was great for us all season long. Kyrie missed 30 games this season, and LeBron and Kevin really carried his team, the first 30 games of the season. And then, throughout the playoffs, those first 3 rounds, he was big. And then Game 7, he comes into after hearing all the negative talk, he comes into Game 7, has 14 rebounds, a big stop on Steph Curry, at the end of the game. So, Kevin Love's going to be here. We want him here, and he's a big part of what we're doing and what we're trying to do going forward.
Well, Coach, congratulations, especially from someone who was born and raised in Cleveland, of what you helped that city now achieve. Enjoy the moment and enjoy never paying for another drink or meal in Cleveland again.
All right, thank you very much.
Congratulations,
Thanks,
Ty. Thank you very much for taking some time today. Again, on his way to the parade.